Hey guys, welcome to this yoga class. Let's bring you a bit closer. There. All mat is in. Hope we're doing well. Just going to put a couple of links on the YouTube about my book. So relaxing yoga class we'll do tonight. Something to give back to our body with. So I'm going to target the hips, the chest if you've got shoulders rounding, if you've got some aches. Hi Rebecca. So it's going to be a deep stretch, tension release, stress release, relaxing, some guided meditation. Got the sound ball there. Just going to put up a link. And I'll post that to, pin it to the chat. I'm not going to be answering as many questions this time. Very good evening. Because it'll ruin my zen. Especially if I get any trolls. Right. Oops. There's my comment. Oh, it's too long. That's so annoying. 2 seconds, guys. So we're going to start with some mobilizing. So I've got a journal published with some coaching at the beginning. Lovely weather. Yoga is great for health. I love your work. Thank you, Taryn. So this is for anyone. Start again. This session is going to be for anybody who's got a bit of stiffness, stiff joints. Just feel tired in the bones, maybe. Hi guys, welcome. I'm going to be getting started with a yoga session in a second. I'm just trying to post this link, Amazon link. There we go. Check out my published book. Can't spell. Got a new phone as well, so it's making everything so much difficult. Check out my published book for your fitness goals. That took way too long. Right now, I'll pin that. Christmas approaching, Christmas tree gifts. Yeah, it looks quite Christmassy, doesn't it? Had to get a 7-footer. Hey guys, welcome. Right, I'd love a like and subscribe. So I've got some amazing relaxation music. Hopefully YouTube won't knock me off. It said it was copyright free. Well, I searched for that in Spotify. Whether it is or not, we shall find out. I don't know how much you'll be able to hear it because I've got my mic on. Okay, so perhaps you've had a stressful week, being a mother, running around like a dickhead, and you're feeling a bit stiff and tight. So we're going to get into give some back, something back to the body, your joints, and help relieve tension and stress. So we're going to get started seated on the mat. Let's put another log on the fire. So I felt like I needed this tonight, and it had been a while since I'd practiced yoga, so I thought, why not go live with a nice gentle yoga class? So, it's so stiff. I don't know if anyone caught my live workout yesterday, but it was legs, and well, it was meant to be full body, but it was extremely challenging, and my legs are crying. Look how tight I am. Get down. Hopefully I feel better after this session. Okay, we're going to start. I can barely write. So if you're like me and you're super tight, sit on a block. You don't have to use a block, but you'll feel a lot more comfortable. So, and you'll gently open the pelvis. So sitting tall, vertebrae stacked like books, chest proud, shoulders down away from ears, I'm just going to take 5 deep breaths in. Inhale through the nose. Pause with full lungs and a slow exhale through the mouth. Cores engaged. Again, inhale. This is your time with your body. It's time to relax and let the day go. One more big deep breath. We can get very stressed around our shoulders. Our shoulders can hold on to a lot of tension. I don't know if anyone's ever whenever you jump, you bring your shoulders up, so it's time to bring them down. First thing we're going to do is bring our left arm out to the side, or a arm. The other arm's going to go up to the ceiling. And we're gently going to bend over to the lateral side for a stretch. Nothing too intense as we mobilise over to the other side. Pushing your hip into the ground or the bolster or block. Again, inhale, arm rises. Exhale as you stretch. Again, over to the other side, pushing it in a little bit further now. Inhale, arm rises. Exhale as you stretch. Relaxing the neck. Inhale back to center. Exhale, we're going to walk our hands out whilst keeping the bum on the ground, bending the elbows. You feel a stretch in the sides of the hips if you're tight there. Inhale back to center. Chest opener, arms out to the side. Chest proud. Keeping tension in the neck, you're not bringing your neck all the way back. Chest proud, shoulders down away from ears. Back to center. I like to close my eyes for a lot of this to tune in with my body. One arm in front of your legs, the other arm goes around the back. You can also put your hand on top of your thigh for purchase as you exhale into a twist. And then the last thing to follow is your neck as you look behind you, chin over the back of your shoulder. Inhale back to center. Same over to the other side. Exhale. You can use your leg for purchase. To twist. I'm going to do those two again. Exhale as you walk out a little bit further. Belly to legs first. Try not push your neck down. Inhale back to center. This time when your arms come around the back, you've got the option to lift your hips off the floor or the block, bringing warmth to the glutes, bring your neck back. You still have tension though. Breathe, squeezing the bum cheeks, brings warmth to that lower back area. Back to center. Again, one arm in front, or you can increase the stretch by putting it on top of the knee. Exhale, a little bit further round if it feels good. Exhale, and then you can hold it for an extra breath. Good. Over to the other side. I do love a twisty stretch. Twists are fantastic for relaxing and the digestive system as well. Stimulate the vagus nerve to get you out of any stress responses, fight, flight. Then to finish with gentle mobilization, and bring your neck over, so your head over to your shoulder. You should feel the stretch on the opposite side. Push your shoulder down. Just going to rock gentle back and forth, not too much forwards because we do too much forwards as it is, not too much back because you don't want whiplash. Just be gentle, maybe even hold it. It's quite a vulnerable position this to be in, isn't it? Feels a bit odd. especially if you've had a stressful day. Breathe, slow exhale. Carefully come up, over to the other side. Deep breaths. I hope you guys can hear the music. Try and notice the differences between sides as well. The body's trying to tell you something. And breathe. You might feel when you breathe it's a lot more difficult when you're stretching your neck and it gets into your neck, your esophagus area. Back to center. Next we're going to make our way over to the cat-cow position. Just check the comments, feel free to grab a drink. Oh, hips feeling tight. To join you on your yoga trip, Mr. Shai. Thanks, Taron. Let me just get my water. Nice, gentle mobilise there. We're going to continue with that before we begin a warm up. Okay, on all fours. So palms directly under the shoulders, knees directly under the hips. I'm going to pull your spine to ceiling, shoulders down, and engage the core in the cat. Inhale, we're going to do the opposite now, pushing the belly to the ground, relaxing the belly muscles and feeling a stretch, and engaging the back muscles and try and look up to the sky. So that's your inhale. Exhale, cat, feel the stretch. I like to move forwards and backwards gently. This is a lower back stretch as well. Inhale, and I do love the stretch you get in your abs with this one. Cat-cow is safe for everybody, even if you've got back pain, you're just going to do less range of movement. It's a really good safe one to get mobilized. And then you'll notice if you were stiff, things are starting to loosen off now with that anterior and posterior tilt of the pelvis you're working through. So the first thing that should move should be the pelvis, the last thing the neck. And then we're going to find our neutral pelvis, so in between a cat and cow, and you're going to look left and right for a lateral side stretch, pushing your hips down, kind of like you're wagging a tail, but with control. Everyone's got one side tighter than the other. Can you figure your side out? Then we're going to go back into child's pose. I like to go wide knee for the groin and hips. And if you exhale deeply, sometimes you get a back crack. Arms over your head. If your triceps, the back of your arms feel tight, bend your elbows. Keep your biceps next to your ears. You can bring your hands into prayer. Deep breaths. Back onto all fours for the cow. And you're going to go into a half downward dog, so good bend in the knee. Then back into cow again with control. And into a downward dog for the calves. So you can paddle the calves out, the heels out for a calf stretch. So do whatever feels good for you. Untuck the pelvis, hips up to the sky for a high hamstring stretch, and engage your lower back more, your paraspinals. Feel strong in the downward dog. You're going to walk your hands into Uttanasana. Decompress the spine in Uttanasana. Good bend at the knees, belly to thigh, and rise. Good. Grab a drink. Now we're going to get warmed up. We're going to work our way through a few asana as we do this. Hi, Levi. I've got 2 kids, so I can get away with it. Hi guys, welcome to my live. Doing a nice relaxing yoga session tonight. Someone had asked about yoga the other week, so I thought, yeah, I'll do a yoga. Give back to our body. So this is hatha yoga. So hatha yoga, just a quick description for those that have never done it before. I'll take you through some intention, mobilize, warmth is what we're about to do. Then a series of asana that we hold, and then we finish with some gentle stretches and then guided relaxation. So let's bring in the warming. And I've got my sound bowl there as well. I don't know if you guys can hear my music, but hopefully you can. So we're going to stand nice and tall in mountain pose, spreading your toes like monster munch, feeling strong in this asana. So you should distribute your weight evenly over your feet and your hips. And stack your ribs over hips, shoulders over ribs, shoulders down away from ears. And we can bring our hands together for a chest stretch, shoulders down, if you can. I know some people are really tight here. Make sure you don't anterior tilt the pelvis too much. Deep breaths. Okay, back into hands into prayer in your heart center. Hips back, belly to thigh. Uttanasana. Then come back into a low lunge. Hands into prayer. For that hip flexor stretch. Deep breaths. From here, we're going to come into a plank, or you can come into a box, core engaged. You can drop the knees, chest to ground, then cobra or sphinx, small bend in the elbows. Then you're going to come into a downward dog, or you can go into child's pose. Then right leg comes forward for that low lunge on the other side. Deep breaths. Down again, left leg joins right. Uttanasana, back to the start. I'm going to do the other side next. Hasta Tadasana. This gets the heart rate up. Hasta Tadasana. Squeezing the bum cheeks for a back bend. Coming down, Uttanasana. Left leg comes back. Low lunge. Deep breaths. Into plank or tabletop. Feeling strong, deep breaths. Chaturanga or back onto your knees. Into cobra or sphinx. Back into child's pose or downward facing dog. Feel free to bring some calf stretches. Left leg comes forward for low lunge or 8-point salute. Lean on this back hip flexor. Right leg joins left, Uttanasana. Bring the hands together for an anterior stretch, if you're able to. Good bend in the knees. Hasta Tadasana. Grab a drink. I'm going to do another side on the left and then on the right. Hi Wood, how you doing? How did that get unpinned? Are we doing all right? It is pinned. Live yoga class for relaxing. Good, thank you. I've not done a live yoga class in months. I think it was summertime last time. So let's progress everything into a bit of a deeper stretch. This round of the sun salutations. Feel free to do what I do, or you can just do with whatever you feel like your body needs tonight. So I feel like I need some anterior stretching, so I'm going to lead with that. Starting in mountain pose Tadasana. I'm going to unhook. Arms over your head, squeezing your bum cheeks, pushing your hips forward for a back bend. Hips back. Uttanasana, forward fold. Right leg comes back. Arms over your head, 8-point salute. You can bring them together as well into a prayer. And then bring your right arm down next to your left leg. Externally rotate to the sky. Be careful with this one. Paraspinals can spasm. Coming down into plank. Feeling strong. Strong plank. Core engaged. Chaturanga. Into cobra. Pushing your hips into the ground. Glutes engaged. Counteracting all the forward folding. Back into downward dog. You can bring in a calf stretch if you feel you do a lot of walking. You need to stretch them out. Untuck the pelvis, engage the lower back. Left leg comes forward. Arms over your head. Same as you did at the start. Right hand joins left leg. Right leg joins left leg. Uttanasana. Forward fold. Hook your arms behind if you feel like you want to tonight, like I do. Relax your neck, decompressing the spine here. Good bend in the knees to protect the spine. Arms over your head, Hasta Tadasana. Oh, that gets the heart rate up. I'm going to do the other side now. I am indeed. Well, it's not me, it's the kids. I can't wait to get the Christmas tree upward. So we've stretched out our right hip flexor. I'm going to do the left next. Okay. Arms over your head, squeeze the glutes. Hasta Tadasana. Hips back, Uttanasana. Left leg back this time. Hands over your head. Push the hips forward. Itchy eyebrow. Left hand joins right leg. Externally rotate to the sky. Enjoy the chest opener. Right leg back into plank. Strong and stable plank. Chaturanga, chest to ground. Cobra. Shoulders down away from ears, elbows bent into ribs. Downward dog or child pose. Right leg forward. Arms over your head. Left hand joins right foot. Externally rotate. Nice and warm now anyway. It's definitely full body. Left leg joins right foot. Uttanasana. Hook the hands behind. Lock out the elbows. Deep breaths. Decompressing the spine. Good bend in the knees. Hasta Tadasana. Good. Well done. Let's have a warm up. Hi guys, I must say the music, your voice in the final background has me relaxed. Good, I'm glad I set the scene well. Hey guys. So hopefully you feel a little bit loosened up, a little bit more warm. Next, we're going to practice the tree pose. So you want to be shoulder width apart stance, nice and stable. And then you shift your body weight over to the leg that's going to stabilize you. And you're just going to bring your heel up just above your ankle and bring out that knee, squeezing the bum cheeks, so turning them on to externally rotate. We're just going to do that to one side, see how that feels. Hips face forward, you face forward, it's just your knee. Feel how that feels. Then we're going to do the same on the other side. So squeezing the glutes to bring that knee out to the side. Hips face forward. Have a look down, see what it looks like. Core engaged. Good. This time I'm going to go challenge balance a little bit more and go a little bit higher up, just underneath the knee. So now squeezing the bum cheeks to bring that knee out. Arms are at heart center for balance. Sure, it's called drishti, the focus point. So just find a spot on the wall. Drishti, your drishti. You can challenge your balance, bring your arms out to the side and make it even more difficult. Arms over your head. And all the way down again. Good. Over to the other side. Now you must only progress from a place of stillness. Don't make it more difficult if you're wobbling around. So heel is just under the knee, squeezing the glutes together externally. Bring that knee out. Soft, stabilizing leg. Deep breaths. Challenge your balance. Arms out to the side. Deep breaths, core engaged, squeezing the glutes. Good. Want to do that again over to the other side. You can do the exact same, or you can make it more challenging and bring the foot, this is why it's good to do it without socks, the heel just underneath your hip, squeezing the bum cheek to bring the knee out. Hands to heart center. Deep breaths. Soft knee on the stabilizing leg. Arms out to the side. Over. Nice and slow. With purpose. And down. Good. Okay. See what balance is like on the other side, shall we? Chest proud, squeezing the glute to externally rotate that knee out. Shoulders down away from ears, arms out to the side. Tree pose. Good. Shake off your legs. How are we doing? Breathe. That's what it's all about. Love hip openers. The next hip opener asana is called Trikonasana, also known as the triangle pose. I like to use a block if you've got one. If you don't have one, don't worry about it. You're a special person. Thanks for the support, guys. So we're going to go 1.5 shoulder width apart stance. That's the PT in me talking. But you're going wide enough where you're wider than your shoulders. You see that? There's already a little bit of a stretch in the inner thigh. That's where you want for Trikonasana or triangle pose. So this is great if you've got tight hips and you've been pregnant, you've got tight sides of your stomach and back. So we're going to bring one foot out to the side, so you're in a bit of an L shape. We're just going to place the block here. I don't know if you heard my hip click then. I love getting like the release there. Okay. Distributing your weight evenly. The first thing that happens is an Elvis hip flick. Like that. You're going to flick the hip out, bend at the knee and come down. Already you should feel a stretch in the inner groin here. You want to imagine that there's planes of glass in front and behind you. And you're going to challenge your balance, arm over your head and looking at your thumb. This is the regressed version of Trikonasana, triangle pose. Coming back to center, you've got the option to do that again, or you can go a little bit further down. So you can go just below your knee or onto your block if you have one. So Elvis hip flick. Got a small bend in the knee. Go a little bit deeper. You should feel that stretch in the inner thigh. I'm using my block. I'm going to hold for 4 deep breaths. I'm so grateful. Got the option here to straighten that leg now. You see the triangles? It's meant to be 1, 2, 3 triangles. I can certainly see them there. You feel a stretch here as well. Lovely for the back. One of my favourites, this one. Bending at the knee to come up. I'm going to do this one again because I want to go a little bit lower. I've just thrown my block away. Never mind. I'm going to try and touch touch the feet area or ankle area for more depth. So I'm going to start with a soft knee. So Elvis hip flick, getting into that. I'll slowly come down. Last thing that I do is extend my top arm. So remember the planes of glass. If you're bending too far forward, it's not working. It's not hitting where it should. Arms over your head. And looking at your thumb, core engaged. Leaning in to that inner thigh stretch on the front leg. Feels amazing. It's just what's needed. Especially if you do a lot of squats and lunges like moi. Breathe. Stay there all day. Got the option to straighten that leg. It's the most advanced. I'm not going to stay in that for too long. And then see if you can have a little wander around. You just feel so stretched. This is life. Do your girls go to bed this early, or are they in town with dad? Yeah, they're not with me. Yeah, it's replied to me. It is live, guys. Sedator. Sedator. That's a bit creepy of a nickname. Right, we're going to go over to the side. So my left side hip has just been stretched. Just my right side, that's quite tight. So we'll see how we do on this side. Make sure you compare sides, okay? So again, nice and wide stance. So it already feels wide, so wider than your shoulders. So you've got a little bit of a stretch already, and soft knees. This foot comes over to whatever foot you started with, okay? I'm just going to place the block. We don't want to go all in too soon. You need to get your body used to what you're expecting it to do, what muscles are going to get stretched. So we're going to go in a little bit first. So remember Elvis hip kick, bending at the knee, arm over your head, looking at your thumb. Feels all right, right? You're just getting your body stretched and used to it so we can work on depth and flexibility. Over the age of 30, it's a constant battle to keep the flexibility you've got. Breathe. You should be feeling an inner thigh stretch here, maybe a little bit here as well. Remember those planes of glass in front and behind you. Coming back up to centre. I'm going to go a little bit further down. I'm going to aim for no expectation here though. I'm going to aim for the block. Okay, Elvis hip kick. Small bend and all the way down. Keeping in a line. You can use your knee for purchase as well. So strengthening the sides of the neck as well as stretching the inner groin and sides and your back. Shoulders down, away. Oh, this is hard on my neck. Very hard. Obviously got a weakness there. Breathe. You've got the option to straighten that leg now to increase the stretch in the hamstring and groin. Lean into the stretch. Bending at the knee to come out. And back to centre. We're going to do that once more. You've got the option to go even further this time, but no pressure. So remember, first thing that you do is flick the hips. So you've already got a stretch there. Bending at the knee, because we can take the bend out after. Just crawl down, down, down. Arm over your head. Settle into the position, 4 breaths. You can use the purchase of your leg to bring your arm round. You can straighten that leg now if that feels good. You can see it looks more like a triangle. It's a bit of a curve here though. Oh, struggling with that side. You don't have to stay in it too long. And then shake off, have a little walk around, feel brand new. I don't have piercings, no. Oh yeah, I've got ear piercings. Hi guys, welcome. So we've just done Trikonasana. We did tree pose, which I forget off the top of my head what that one is in Sanskrit. We're going to do some on the floor next for chest openers. Do you think stretching reduces muscle pain after the gym? Studies show that it does, yeah. I'm the worst for doing like a little bit. Also, warmth, circulation, like gentle walks. I've got really sore thumbs today. I'm the worst for doing a heavy workout and walking out the door, lying there a bit. You can help apparently, but yeah, through stretching. Okay. Oh, I'm really sore. Yesterday's workout was tough, not gonna lie. So we're gonna do well, I love twists, like I mentioned, so we're going to get a twist in. So I'm going to sit on the block. I'm going to come into staff pose first. Sit on the block, but to make sure you don't tuck your pelvis under like that, I'm going to come onto the edge of your block so it keeps you untucked. Sitting tall. Notice how this feels on the body. Is it difficult for you to sit like this? Do you feel like you want your lower back to curve like that? So we're going to cross our right leg over our left, where the knee is. You're going to place your foot. So your right leg's over your left. Then your left hand is going to come over your right knee and you're going to use it for a twist. Exhale. Half Lord of the Fishes, this is called. I didn't make the name up. It's a great glute stretch and obviously spine. It's a chest opener. Breathe. 4 deep breaths. You can close your eyes as well for this. When you finish your last breath, take your time. Went up. Pause. Just waiting for that stretch to dissipate. Over to the other side. Foot next to knee. Right on your, so your left leg's crossed over your right now. Your right arm's coming over your left leg. Use it for purchase as you twist around. Breathe. 4 deep breaths. I take it there's not many live yoga classes, that's why someone keeps asking if it's live. You can really feel this getting to your back and around your scapula, your shoulder blade area. Why do we not do more of this? Back to staff pose. I feel that feels really amazing, that stretch, not gonna lie. Belly to thigh as much as you can. Small bend in the knees for a hamstring stretch. Belly to thigh first, make sure you're not pushing your neck down. Belly to thigh, then it's chest to thigh, and then the last thing is your head. I love stretching my hamstrings. I'm going to do hip flexors next with the hamstrings. Okay. Next, we're going to come onto our knees. You can get cushions under your knees if that feels best. You want active stance with your feet. You can use blocks if you've got them around to make it less intense. You're just going to come onto your hands, chest proud, keeping tension in the neck, you're not letting it go all the way back. Don't want any yoga whiplash. Squeezing the bum cheeks and pushing the hips forward. My goodness, that's... So if you're tight here in your hip flexors, it's going to pull on your pelvis and cause back pain and postural changes. This is called the camel. And then as we come out carefully, take your time, we'll come into child's pose to counteract that back bend. Breathe. I'm going to do that again. Total of 4 times. Into camel. Maybe you want to go a little bit further this time. Pushing the hips, so squeezing the bum cheeks, clenching them, using them to push your hips forward a bit more. And carefully coming out. It's child's pose. You can feel that stretch. Just release the tension. Third round, but I'm going to take the blocks away now. You can grab the heels with your hands. Relaxing my neck. Again, back into child's pose. The last thing that moves is the neck. And one more. Pushing the belly out. Child's pose. Good. Grab a drink. Next, I'm going to do the hip flexors. Thanks for the likes, guys. Okay. Hip flexors. And thighs. And lower back. I'll put another log on the fire. I'm going to have my blocks nearby. Did I just say that? They're handy for this next one. So you're going to come into a low lunge next. And then both hands are next to your foot. I'm just going to hold this position. Now this is all depending on the back hip flexor. Pushing the leg away from you creates a bit of depth. This is the lizard. Deep breaths. Every exhale releases tension in the muscles built in over the day. From stress, we tense our muscles and obviously movement. Maybe they're tired, maybe they've been stressed. If you can, straighten that back leg a little bit more and you bring your elbow onto the ground or the block or bolster, whatever you've got, to increase the stretch. I've not done this one in a very long time. You can move left and right as well with your hips, just looking for a bit of space. Trying to straighten that back leg a little bit more. Maybe then you can come onto your elbow. So onto the edge of your foot. Knee pushes away. Good. Carefully coming out into a half split. So toes up to the sky, hips back, small bend in the knee. Doesn't really matter about the knee. It's more about the hips for that high hamstring stretch. Good. And inhale, rise, exhale, down. We'll do another 4. Inhale, rise. Ooh, not wide enough, I don't think. One more. Good. Over to the other side. Let's see how this side feels. So low lunge position first. Both hands next to foot. Breathe nice and slow. Looking for a bit of space in that back leg to become more straighter. Elbow onto floor or the block. Onto the sides, the ridge of your foot, knee gets pushed out. Deep breath, slow exhale, fill those lungs. To release the tension in the muscle. Elbow onto ground if you can now. Good. Making your way over to a half split. Pushing the hips back, toes to sky. Belly to thigh. Small bend in the knee. It's all about getting them hips back into space. Inhale, rise out. Exhale, fall. Another 2. Those candles smell nice. One more. Good. Standing up, have a little wander, walk around. Hi guys, hi Legend. Just winding down here with a nice yoga class. Hope you're well. Last 2 stretches before we begin the guided relaxation. A twist. We're going to go into thread the needle stretch first. So coming onto all fours. I'm going to grab a drink. Twists reduce the risk of injury. The more that you do them, you hold on to the flexibility of the paraspinals. It's a good way to release stress and tension in the body as well. You might have forgot about the stress you've been in this week or this month, but the body keeps score. Excellent book. So on all fours, you're going to thread the needle. And then the other arm, if you like, can tuck in your back pocket. Deep breath. Trying to relax in this somewhat uncomfortable pose. You feel all the stretch along here. Gonna hold it for 3 more breaths. Good. Making your way over to all fours. Maybe do a little semi cat-cow just to loosen off again. Then you're going to thread the needle onto the other side. Exhale. You shouldn't do this if you've got any neck issues. It can feel quite uncomfortable. I like to lean over to the side I'm stretching as well. Just to lean into that stretch. Onto all fours. Then we'll come into pigeon pose. The last stretch on either side. Hips into it. You can use your block as well. And then when you're ready, if you can, you're going to hold on to these foot, chest opener into a bit of a twist. It's a nice quad stretch as well. Pushing your hips down to the ground to feel the quad stretch more. Good. release. Over to the other side. And when you're ready, and just stare at the fire. So relaxing. Allow yourself to yawn if it feels good. Just sending signals to the brain, to the subconscious that you're safe, it's relaxed, it's sleep time. You don't need to be stressed, you don't need to do anything, there's no expectation just now. Pushing your hips down into the ground. Carefully release. Daydream at the fire there. Let's finish our child's pose. Be kind to yourself. I'm going to do some guided relaxation next to finish nicely. Thanks, Wood. Hope to see you tomorrow. So we're going to lie down on the mat. So we're going to do some guided relaxation, and then we're going to go into some pranayama breath work to finish. So make sure you're comfortable on the mat or on the floor, wherever you are. If you want to bend your knees, if that feels more comfortable for your back, go ahead, put a blanket on you. Corpse pose. Arms out to the side. I want you to take 5 big deep breaths in. As you inhale, your belly rises, and then your chest and your ribs. You fill the lungs completely and pause with those full lungs before slowly exhaling, and your chest should fall, then your ribs, and then your belly lowers as it empties. In that order. Inhale, belly rises, ribs, then chest. Pause with those full lungs, and a slow exhale, slower than what you inhaled. Every time your mind wanders, bring it back to the breath, the anchor of the mind, and how the body feels, how your breath feels on the inhale. When you breathe in through the nose, the cool air in the nostrils. Relax your face, your jaw, have a bit of space between your teeth. Relax your eyebrows as you breathe. Feel the weight of your hips on the ground, the backs of your elbows and shoulders, and imagine your head on a velvet cushion. It's nice and soft. Every exhale allowing your body to sink further into the ground. Feeling the backs of your calves on the mat, your hands. Visualize what your index finger on your right hand looks like, what position your hand is in. Every exhale bringing more relaxation. Notice your environment, how the air feels, what sounds you can hear where you are. Your to-do list can wait. This is you with your body. Can you hear the weather, traffic? Are you in pain? How does your body feel right now? I'm going to carefully roll onto our sides. We open our eyes. Come up into a seated position. Now you can sit on a block or a cushion. Just want you to be comfortable. You can sit on your knees as well. You too would. Thank you. I want to start some pranayama. So we're going to do alternate nostril breathing, which is excellent for managing stress, reducing, increasing blood flow to the left side and the right side of the brain. It's really good for managing mental health. So we're going to sit tall, with your vertebrae stacked like books, shoulders down, chest proud. You can bring both hands into a mudra, or you can just keep them rested on your thighs. With your left hand, you're going to use these two fingers to open and close your left and your right nostril. So you're going to close over your right nostril with your index finger and inhale for a count of 3. Close over your left nostril with your thumb and open your right nostril with your index finger to exhale. Inhale with the right nostril, close it over and open your left nostril and exhale. Inhale with your left nostril for a count of 3. Close it over and open your right nostril and exhale for a count of 4. Inhale with your right nostril. Close it over. Exhale with your left nostril. Inhale with your left nostril. Close it over. Exhale with your right nostril. Inhale with your right. Full breaths. Jesus. Oh, that's great, isn't it? What the chuff? Oh, it's because a new track started. Sorry about that. Continue. That's too harsh anyway, that rainfall music. Exhale with the left nostril. Close it over. Exhale with the right nostril. Continue. Shanti, 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 Namaste. Thank you for joining me on this yoga class. I hope you enjoyed it. If you've got any feedback or if you want to see more of this, just let me know and like and subscribe. Thanks guys, doing yoga today. Yes, I did, Karmuk. Take care guys, bye.